Ciao. Oh my God. If you're watching this in 2022, I'm recording this shit December 27th. It is Tuesday, 2022. And you made it this far. Oh my God. I can't believe that I actually made it through 2022. This shit was a lot on me. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I went through hell and back. I don't think I had like a lot of good moments at all. Most of my bad moments kind of like trumps the good moments that I had in 2022. I mean, career-wise, it was good. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, I'm exhausted. Love life sucks. Like, I am 25. I'm turning 26 next year. I'm getting closer to 30. Still not in a long-term relationship. I've never been in a relationship longer than a year. I don't even think I've ever had a serious relationship, to be honest with you. I don't think I've ever had, like, not one serious relationship. I do not wear weave no more. I've been wearing my hair, like, I don't know if y'all can see that. But anyways, I've been wearing my hair all year. I wash my hair, like, every 3 weeks. It's really healthy. I mean, I've always had good hair, but I saved a lot of money, like, not buying weave. And because after you buy the weave, that's like 200, 250, sometimes 300. And then you got to go get your hair done. That's another 150 to 200, depending on what you're getting done. So that's where most of my money was going. And I was like in a big, deep depression this year. I wasn't getting my toes done. I was not getting my eyebrows done. Nothing. Like, I was just going to work and then coming home and going to sleep. And I said I was going to stay single this year because I got caught up in a fuck nigga. I got caught up with a fuck nigga, and I said I was gonna stay single this year. And then another fuck nigga came in my life. I was not looking for nobody. I was focused on myself. Then another fuck nigga came in my life, and you know, fuck nigga. That's why, like, I always said I'm just gonna wait till I'm 30 to date. I'm just gonna wait till I'm 30 to date. Because these niggas, like, even some of y'all 30-year-olds, y'all ain't about shit. But I don't date niggas who got kids. And I fucked around and fucked with a nigga who had more than one child, more than two. You know, so I really, like, lowered my standards. And I think that's what happens when you're, like, lonely. You kind of, like, you'll kind of ignore the other red flags because you would think that in the beginning, of course, you have that bond with that person. But after a while, like, you start to realize, like, this is why I don't fuck with niggas with kids. Or you'll be like, this is why I said I don't talk to niggas who don't have a car, shit like that. So, no more lowering my standards. Like, don't give a fuck how nice you are. I don't give a fuck how much money you got. If you got kids, we cannot talk. Period. If you don't have a car, we cannot talk. Period. If you don't have a roof over your head, we cannot talk. Period. If you don't have a job, we cannot talk. Period. If you don't have a bank account, we cannot talk. Period. These are simple, like, things as an adult. Like, you should have a bank account, you should have a job, you should have a car, you should have car insurance, you should have a valid license. Like, these are adult things. And I'm tired of playing games with people. Like, I'm tired of it. I know, like, we're still young. We're 25. Some of us 26, 27. But, I mean, you got to get it together someday. Like, you got to start now. You got to start now. You only have, like, 3, 4, 5 years max till you reach 30. So you need to start working on something now and building something, especially if you got motherfucking kids. Yeah, your kids may be 4 and 5 years old, but as they get older, they're going to start to realize, like, oh shit, like, my dad does not have a house. Like, the kids are going to start realizing who is really, like, responsible, Because as a child, most children are with their mom nowadays. There's really no, like, father in the house. So, like, the mom is always going to have a roof over that child's head because that's how the government is set up for single mothers. So if they go with the daddy can't even get their fucking kids, because where are they gonna go? A hotel room? Like, where are you? You can't even get your kids because you don't even have nowhere to take them. So I don't know, child. The love department was an L for me. Child, I just don't know how I got through 2022, but I said that I was going to get back to my YouTube shit because I really started YouTube for my own mental health, to be honest with you. Because I be talking to myself. I don't have no friends. I choose not to have no friends because bitches will just get in your business. And they can't help you anyways because I'm sorry, but these bitches that are like my age, they're not on like my level. And it's basic shit. It's basic shit that you have. Or that you need. Some bitches are on the same level as me, but they probably have like a whole family. They got their man, they got their kids. And it's like, I just need a bitch that's just about her business, about her money, getting promoted at work. I'm about shit like that. Giving each other the best nail lady. Oh, this girl, she did my eyebrows. I think you should go there. She's the best. Just like a real home girl. Like, not no hating type of bitch. That's it. I don't think, like, that's a lot to ask for. Excuse me. Gotta plug up my phone. This shit not even fucking plugged up. That's why. So, anyways, bitch, is it charging or what? hate this shit. So, is this shit charging? I've been having a lot of downtime. I've been watching Zeus. Ciao. I've been watching the Baddies. First of all, I feel like Natalie Nunn, I feel like she's sucking the youth out them young bitches. I really do. You can tell Natalie still wants to be young. But I feel like she's sucking the life out of them hoes. And I feel like, I don't know, some people say that she's pimping them or she's tricking out some of them bitches because Scotty, she was like, oh, we make money together, Scotty. You know we know how to make money together. I'm like, girl, what the fuck are they talking about? That was kind of off-putting. And the fact that she got Bree on there, Bree is an escort. So it's like, where is she finding all these escorts? And they're all like white girls, like Scotty and all them. They're like all like white girls. So, and most of them type of bitches do be the escorts. That's why it was just kind of throwing me. Is this shit charging? Okay. It was just throwing me that it was saying all that shit on TV, and then it was like, it was just too much like ass and pussy and like titties. Like, if I was on Baddies, I don't want to have to twerk and like show my titties just to be on TV. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I feel like Natalie is trying to look for bitches who are willing to like slut themselves out in front of everybody, you know, just to make her and them a check. And she's paying them. Well, them hoes is making Natalie money, and Natalie is pretty much keeping most of the money that she's making, that them hoes is making for her. And that's the definition of a pimp. So I feel like she's on the show too, just to like kind of like throw people off. Because think about it, if she was not on the show and they were calling her like a pimp or saying that she's tricking these hoes out, then yeah, it would kind of, I would believe it more. I mean, I feel like it was smart for her to put herself on the show with them, because she's like, bitch, look, I'm embarrassing myself with these bitches. How am I tricking them out when I'm doing the same thing they're doing? You know, so, but she's really not, because she will remind a bitch quick that that is her set, like that's her shit, which I don't blame her, because you have to remind people, like, bitch, if it wasn't for me, you would not be driving that car. Like, that car is in my name, or that apartment's in my name. If it wasn't for me, you gotta remind people, like, bitch, if it wasn't for me, like, humble yourself real quick. The fuck? So, I've been watching Baddies. Rolly, I think she need to get rid of Slim. Slim is like, I feel like Rolly, there's a space for her. It may not be like mainstream, like pop star type shit, but I feel like she could be like the next Cupcake. You know, like her and Cupcake will be like a good duo or dynamic or whatever. But Slim is, she's like trashy. There's nothing cute to her. Like Mariah Lynn off of Love and Hip Hop New York, she's kind of like Slim, but Mariah Lynn was like special. There was something about her. Maybe because like where she's from, New York or whatever, but Slim is just lame as fuck to me. And she's corny. Like, the jokes she said on Baddies, it was like so cringy. She was like, yeah, I'm not your bitch. Yeah, bitch. Like, oh my God, it was just so cringy. And I just felt so sorry for Slim, because it's like, she didn't know what to do. Like, she wanted to follow behind Rolly, because if it wasn't for Rolly, she would not be on there, because Slim and Rolly came as a dynamic duo. They're called the number 10, which I think that makes Rolly look stupid. You ask me, but she like it, I love it. But yeah, if it wasn't for them being a duo, Slim would not be on the show. And they kept putting her in situations where Rolly did not want to go to the last city with them, but Slim still wanted to go. And Rolly, they was like outside or something, and Rolly had got in an Uber and left Slim on the side of the road. So if I don't blame Slim, bitch, you gonna leave me on the side of the road, you finna get in an Uber and just leave me right here on the side of this motherfucking road, then I might as well get on the bus and go to the next city, bitch. I mean, she only had two options. It was either follow behind Rolly or get your ass on that Baddies bus. And she got her dumb ass on that Baddies bus, because at the end of the day, bitch, they're paying you. They're paying you. Rolly, she got some type of problem or whatever, but ho, you need to think about yourself. You need to get that check. So I do not blame Slim for getting on that motherfucking bus. But it's like, you could tell she was kind of scared, because Rolly fights her battles. So the fact that she was going to the last city without her bodyguard, bitch. You like it, I love it. Okay. Bitch, I know I am like, bitch, I haven't been on here in a year. But I do want to talk about the Megan Thee Stallion thing and the Tory Lanez situation or whatever. I know you bitches probably don't care about my opinion, because it's like, bitch, where the fuck you been at, hoe? But like I said, bitch, 2022 was hard. I know that's no excuse, whatever, because if you want to, I mean, if you want to build a platform, you gotta be consistent. But I realize now, like, I can't keep putting people before me. Like, right now, it's all about me, and it will forever be all about me. So, enough of that. I do want to talk about the Megan Thee Stallion and the Tory Lanez thing, child. Oh my gosh. This is too much. First of all, I just want to say that I've been knew Tory Lanez, you know, shot Megan Thee Stallion. She didn't. Well, let me clear that up. He did not shoot Megan Thee Stallion, but when they said that Tory Lanez was shooting everywhere, he probably shot up in the air. And you know, what comes up must come down. And I think the bullet had ended up hitting the pavement, and the bullet must have, you know, cracked or shattered, and those pieces, all that force, it went, you know, in Megan's foot, because it was probably like right next to her when that happened. Shit like that happens, like, probably more than likely a freak accident, you know. That's how I see it. But when I always tell, like, whoever I'm with, because the niggas I date, they like to be in the streets or whatever, but I am a firm believer that after 1 a.m. nothing good happens. If you're in the streets and you're not coming home from work or going to work, I don't feel like you should be in the streets, because nothing good happens after 1 a.m. Promise you that. I could promise you that. I'm a walking testimony to that. I have so many story times. So many story times. So, I feel like Tory was always promoting like that demon time shit, and they were drunk and all that, and like when you're on drugs or when you're drunk, like some nasty shit can come out of people. And they were all vibrating very low that night. And the fact that I feel like it was Kelsey and Tory, they were both mad at Megan. You know, because Megan is kind of like shisty. She has no friends. She has no loyalty towards anybody. She's all for herself. Like, she was rocking with 1501 when she first got started. They got her big. They got her popping. And then when she finally got her foot in the door and big other name brand artists and producers and shit, labels started noticing her. So then she switched up on 1501 and now she want to go with Rock Nation. You know what I mean? It's just like, she is going to rock with whatever is going to benefit her at that moment in time. Like, Android may have came out with like a popping like Pixel phone or whatever, but then iPhone will drop they fucking 16, 17, and then she finna go get that one. Like, you know, like this bitch don't have no loyalty towards anybody but herself. Whatever benefits her, that's what she's gonna go with. So, I mean, that is how it is in the industry. I'm not shocked. I don't know why everybody else is shocked. Because there is no loyalty in the industry. You know what I mean? You kind of have to get it how you live, and you can't sleep on an opportunity. When an opportunity approaches you, you need to go ahead and grab that. And I think Megan understands the assignment when it comes to that aspect of the industry. So I can't even get mad at her about that. I mean, the fact that social media is alive and fans, we have more access to like Hollywood or like the celebrities and their personal lives. So to us, the fact that we see that you're shady and you have no loyalty, it does not look good to the fans, like us as a people, right? Because nowadays, it's not about how many brand deals you have or nothing like that. I mean, it's about that, but the other 50% is, does your audience fuck with you? If your audience don't fuck with you, then the other 50%, when it comes down to the music and building a relationship with companies, it don't matter. Because it's all about the consumers at the end of the day. So it's like a double-edged sword, this social media shit, when it comes down to celebrities and whatnot. Because, you know, Tory Lanez he knows he's not a good man. He's not. And I feel like he couldn't. I heard that he had a little smirk, like that. Like when they said that he was guilty for all 3 counts, word on the street is he like smirked a little bit. You know, like he already knew, or like it's gonna be all right type of thing. But He knew he did it, but he thought that his plan was so good that there was no way that they could find him guilty. And I feel like whatever's done in the dark will come to light. People get away with things so much in their life that they think that when it really counts, when they really need it this time, that it's going to happen, that they're going to get away with it. And it doesn't happen like that. You know what I mean? So I just feel like he was so confident that he was going to walk because he had everybody on the same page. Tory put out a lot of money to make sure that Kelsey was on the same page, the bodyguards were on the same page, the drivers were on the same page, he made sure everybody was on the same page, because how it all played out in court, it was very contradicting. Like, I was lost. So, but I feel like the jury saw right through that, and because it was so obvious that people were being coerced. You know what I mean? Because the fact that they replayed Kelsey's testimony, the recording, her statement that she gave to the detectives, to the DA in September, and then fast forward to December, it's a whole different story. I think the jury already peeped game. So they're like, man, nah. Like, we can read between the lines. I mean, I feel like a lot of people knows about this case. You know what I mean? And that played a big part too. The fact that, it doesn't help that they're celebrities. This shit is everywhere. And Megan Thee Stallion's pretty mainstream. They probably didn't know who Tory Lanez was, but they knew who Megan Thee Stallion was. I mean, she was on Gayle King. That's for all age groups. So, I think the jury saw past that bullshit that Tory was trying to coerce in that courtroom, and they rendered his ass guilty. Because a lot of people were like, it's not about how you feel. Stop saying how you feel. It's all about the facts. They gave a reasonable doubt. They put holes in the story. So there's no way he's gonna be found guilty. But obviously it is based off of how you feel, because the jury it's obvious they weren't just going based off of evidence and what was put in front of them. They were going based off of what they felt and what they knew deep down inside. And they knew that that man was guilty. And God worked through the jury to make that happen. Because Tory was wearing pink, child. Pink blazer, white turtleneck, looking godly, thinking that he was going to walk that day, child. That's why he couldn't do nothing but smile. When the motherfuckers read the counts and said that he was guilty for all 3 counts, he couldn't do nothing but... That's all you could do is smile, because, bitch, you tried it. You tried it, and you can't do nothing but laugh. It's either you gonna laugh or you gonna cry. But cry for what? You know you did it. And it's just funny to you that the jury did not buy that shit. They caught on to what you were doing. It was so obvious. And shout out to the black media for, I feel like black media played a big part in it too, because yeah, they tell the jurors, oh, you cannot go home and watch things about this case. You cannot look up things about this case. You cannot, go on YouTube, but it's so hard not to go on YouTube and look at the certain commentary that's going on. So, I mean, I feel like black media, all the YouTubers that were reporting on this case, I feel like them giving their opinion and pretty much saying that, Tory Lanez is trying to fool the jury, or trying to do a mistrial. I feel like that kind of like swayed the jury in some way. That's just how I'm thinking. You know what I mean? They could have came to that conclusion on their own, but I feel like they were also watching some of the commentators as well. That's just me. But 22 years, I feel like, is crazy. I don't think he's gonna get 22 years. I honestly think they're gonna give him like probation or house arrest, something like that. And everybody was like, oh, he better appeal it. He better appeal it. I know this is a lot of black people's like first time sitting in on like a trial or a court hearing or proceeding. But after every trial, 9 times out of 10, the defendant or the accused is going to appeal it, like almost 100% of the time. Every time there's a trial, they're going to appeal it right after. Judges are pretty much like, they already know, because it happens all the time. Every time someone goes to trial and they get pled guilty or whatever, they get charged for whatever they were accused for, 9 times out of 10, they're going to go right back into that jail and file for an appeal. It never fails. And every judge knows that. That's what's going to happen next. And that's more taxpayer dollar money. Okay? I wonder what's going to happen to Kelsey. I don't know. Kelsey and Megan Thee Stallion, they're not cute to me. Maybe that's just me. I'm not a fan of Megan Thee Stallion or Tory Lanez. I do not like their music. I do not like them as artists. I don't like them as people. And they're not attractive to me at all. Megan Thee Stallion is not attractive to me, and Tory Lanez is not attractive to me. That's just me. So, I'm done talking about that. I was watching Nick at Night's coverage. Like, oh my God. I just don't like Nick at Night. Like, it's something about her. She's just so, like, mundane to me. She doesn't really have no... The only time I was okay, let me stop. Let me start over. At first, I did not care for Nick at Night because I feel like she's very stale, and when she's on live, she only has like one tone in her voice. It's very mundane, and I don't know, like the way she talks to her fans, I don't feel like she tries to connect with her fans personally. You know, she's just kind of awkward to me. But when I saw her at the court hearing, at the trial between Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion, I really saw her come out of her shell, and you can tell like she was like being herself. She was smiling, like you can tell she was excited to be there, and you could tell she really took it serious, and she was really doing her thing. She was really networking. And I just want to say that I'm proud of Neek at Night for stepping out of your shell and getting out there and making your platform known. I'm proud of her for that. I just wish she had that same energy on her lives. You know, when you're on YouTube, I want her to keep up that energy. I was very proud of her. And I was proud of all the YouTubers who decided to eventually go to the trial the second week, because I know it's like, it's kind of weird. We're so used to watching it online or waiting for the Shade Room to break the news, and then we just, you know, press record and start talking about it and giving our opinions. But the fact that you guys actually was like, you know what, bitch, I'm media. Let me go down here too. And I appreciate the fans. The fans is what really pushed the YouTubers to get up and get out there that second week of the trial. And I'm really glad that, you know, us as a people, the one that supports you all, I'm glad that you listen to your supporters. So, and another thing is, on Nick at Night, I just want to just give one like little advice to her. If you're going to go like to the courthouse or something like that, like this is big shit. Like cameras are everywhere, they're on you. You need to come with your best foot forward, like fashion wise. What Nick at Night had on was like, it's like she just threw some shit on. It was like some call center like decor, you know. Like no, whatever Nick at Night had on, it was horrible. It was horrible. I understand your hair ain't gonna be perfect or whatever, cause y'all are running trying to, you know, catch this tea. But I needed the fit to be there. The fit was not there. Mob Radio, whatever little skimpy dress she had on, I would not have wore that. And like, it's like people like Mob Radio, like people like her, they make black media look bad. Cause it's like, why you got that little skimpy ass dress on? Like, you're not small, you're not petite, you know, so you shouldn't have on that fucking rainbow dress, bitch. Like, I don't know. It was just real tacky. Like some of like the black media that I saw there, it was very embarrassing. But that's why I'm glad people like Armand and the real Kingpin, they showed up and showed out, you know, with their fit. The attire was there. You know, so I don't know what else to say about that. I just feel like, you know, Tory Lanez's family is Caribbean. I just felt like they were just doing a little bit too much, and then, you know, the child is going to copy what they see their parents do. So the mama and the daddy, they out there speaking in tongues, yelling all this bullshit. And then his sister, you ruined my brother's reputation. I'm like, someone get this grown ass little heifer in the car. And then all you see is the bodyguard snatch your ass. Like, if you don't sit the fuck down, you're just supposed to cry and look sad for the cameras, not do all this other bullshit, bitch. We didn't drag your ass down here for you to do all this. You know? I just feel like Caribbean people just take it a step too far sometimes. It's a little bit like much. Child, I would have been laughing. I'm sorry. Y'all can call me heartless or whatever, but bitch, I cannot take shit like that serious. Like, the way he was doing that Martin Luther King speech and shit in front of everybody, bitch, I would have started fucking cackling. I would have been dying in that motherfucker. I don't know. Maybe I'm immature. I don't know. But child, I can't do that. Well, I'm trying to think about what else, y'all want to gag about. I just feel like Regine be trying to, like, be sexy, but it just don't work. Like, she reminds me of me. Like, this is, like, me trying to be sexy. It's very cringe. I will never give sexy. I'll always give, like, cute, adorable, like, I look like a nice girl, but I fuck naughty. I will always give that aesthetic. I will never give sexy. Because, like, me and Regine, we have, like, baby faces. Like, we will always look like babies. Even in our 40s, we will just look like little babies. And it's like, niggas, they be thinking you a good girl until you start sucking dick, and then they're like, wow, you're like the devil. Like, me and Regine will never look like Sukihana. Sukihana just gives sexy. She is so funny. But that's just me, y'all. I just was not giving Christmas this year. I was not in the Christmas spirit at all. And I think it was because, I don't know, I'm just so disappointed in people. I've been so disappointed, like, back to back this year. And it's been by people. Like, every time I just stay to myself and I get used to my own company and, get content with myself, that's when somebody, it's not even relationship-wise, it could be like a friend, a female, like somebody always want to come in my life and disturb my peace. And I'd be like, yeah, sure, why not? I could use a friend. One friend won't hurt. Changes my whole life because, see, I'm the type of bitch, like, if we're going to be friends, you're going to elevate. You're not going to stay in one spot. And we're going to work towards goals. And I get so invested in their life because it's like, I start wanting it more than they do. Because it's so easy to get. But if you just show the person step by step that, look, all you have to do is these 5 steps. If you just take your time and call this person, fill out this paper, submit it, like, you know, you'll have it in no time. But I can't want something more than you want it. You know what I mean? And I'm done preaching to people. Some people just get off on using others. Some people are just so lazy that they just want to be with someone who has it, who already has it. But they're not going to help you maintain it, because as soon as you lose it, they're going to go to the next person who has it. Those are people who drain others. And I cannot have that in my life no more. I cannot have people draining my energy, draining my resources. I cannot do it. I can't do it. I refuse to do it. And I said I wasn't going to do it this year. And then I was like, oh, I am bored. You know, I could have someone to, like, chill with or whatever. Child, it turned into, like, some whole other shit. You know what I mean? So, no, I'm done. I'm done with people right now. Like, I just want to focus on myself. That's it. I don't want to focus on nobody else. Please. Ciao. I'm just rolling. Ain't nothing really going on. But this was just a little catch-up video. I didn't want this shit to be too long, cause I don't want y'all to get too bored. So, if you made it this far in the video, comment below. Let me know what I should talk about next. I want to talk about whatever comes to my head, but I do like to have some topics on hand. So, we will be stepping in 2023 together. Pinky promise you that. And bitch, 2022, fuck you. Taught me a lot of lessons. You broke me down. But 2023, I'm finna be built back up better than ever. Okay?